Mike from Clown Dog Bikes again. Today we're going to be showing you how to wrap handlebars with a non-aero brake lever. Only need a couple of things to really do this. Number one, we need bar tape. Number two, a pair of scissors. Number three, some electrical tape. Because my hands tend to be pretty dirty when I do this sort of thing. I like to use a pair of rubber gloves, keep everything just nice and clean. So when you open up your box of tape, usually you're going to find a couple of things. Obviously you're going to find your wrap itself. This guy is usually a backing for the brake, which in this case we actually don't even need it. It comes with fresh bar plugs, so if you lost them over time, you still have new ones. And then they throw this in as a finishing tape. Not really a big fan of it, so we're going to toss that also. Okay, so to get started, I usually like to have a nice big overlap. I start at the bottom and work my way to the top. The other thing I like to pay very close attention to is the direction I'm wrapping. When I get to the end, I always like to have it finishing this way, because most people grabbing the bars grip and rotate their hand back. That'll snug up the tape as opposed to loosen it the more we use it. So getting started, this has a sticky back to it. We're just going to pull that back a little bit. Just get about halfway on there. And then we're just going to start overlapping. When we do it, you can see that kind of sheen on the sticky back. We're shooting to get that about halfway on the bar, halfway on the tape. And we're just going to do this all the way up. While we're doing this, you want to pull just a little bit. We just want to make sure it's firm. Pull too hard, you break it. Don't pull hard enough, it's going to wiggle around on you. So right in here is where we're going to get to the tricky part. When we do the brake lever, we're going to be doing it this way because this older brake lever doesn't have a hood, and the way we're going to wrap this is going to give it a nice clean look. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by going diagonally across the back. And while we're doing this, we're going to try to stay half and half over the hood and the bar. And what we're going to do is we're going to come straight down. And while we're doing this, always mind your gaps to make sure we're getting full coverage. Going to go across the bottom, and we're going to make like an X across the back. So we're going to come up across the back. Again, we're minding our gaps to make sure we're covering up everything as much as we can. And then when we do the swing on top, we're trying to make this look as clean of a flat line as we can. And again, we're swinging back on the bottom. One last time up. And we're wrapping in the same direction that we would have anyway, and then we're just going to finish going to the top. So now that we've made it to the top of the bars, we're going to do a nice clean finish on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine a straight line from that edge, and we're just going to cut. Just make as nice of a cut as we can. And what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap it, just finish up just right on that edge. Again, just as clean as we can. And then this is why we have our electrical tape handy. Then I always like to cut all the seams on the bottom. And to do the other side, we're going to do everything just mirrored. So when we get started, just make sure you're going to be finishing up your wrap this way.
And there you have it. Only thing left to do is hammer in the bar plugs.
We're going to fold over all that overhang we had originally. I like to use a wooden mallet for this just because it tends not to mess anything up. And we're just gonna, once we kind of get it started, grab the mallet. That's it.
So thanks for watching. This is Mike from Climb Dog Bikes again. Stay tuned. We will be covering how to wrap bars with the Aero style brake lever where the cabling goes underneath the wrap. Also, if there's something you want to see us do, feel free to leave a comment and we'll see what we can do about getting that done for you, man.